So today we're going to go through some Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4 predictions. Obviously there's stuff we already know about, but there's also speculation. By the way, I got a new set of comic shelves. Do you like those? I think they're nice. So let's get into it. Sorry if the lighting's a little harsh. There's a light bulb over there that was really bright on the camera, and it was really screwing things up, so I just removed it temporarily. So I've got a little whiteboard here. We're going to go through some of my predictions for Marvel Phase 4. So obviously we have Spider-Man 2 coming out strong with the Spider-Man sequel. Far From Home, I think everybody knows about it. Everybody's seen the trailer pretty well. We've got Captain Marvel 2, I think that's an inevitability. Despite the critical backlash of the first film, I think we will get to see another Captain Marvel film. Marvel doesn't really back down with sequels regardless of the backlash. The Incredible Hulk obviously didn't get a sequel, but everything else did, like Captain America, Thor, stuff like that. Stuff that wasn't super well received, but did well financially, or at least well enough to warrant a sequel. So I think we'll get to see one of those. If it's not already confirmed, I think it will be soon. Marvel has come right out and said that after Far From Home, they're going to come out and just announce a bunch of the stuff that's coming in Phase 4. So I think that's it's important to it's important for them not to spoil things that happen in Endgame that happen in Far From Home, and that's why they're waiting so long to announce some of these movies. Actually, you have Black Panther 2. Obviously, Black Panther made a crap ton of money. It was really well received critically. I don't think there's anybody who dislikes it really. So it seems like the obvious choice. I think it's already confirmed. We have Guardians 3, which is confirmed. James Gunn is back at the wheel for Guardians Volume 3. It's going to feature heavily Adam Warlock, so maybe eventually we'll get an Adam Warlock spinoff. That would be cool. I have the whole Warlock series collected. And Infinity Watch is really good too, so I'd recommend you go back and read some of that old cosmic stuff by Jim Starlin and the like. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, villain is Adam Warlock, as teased in the previous film. So we might see a spin-off there, but I'm not... It really depends, I think, on how well he is received in Guardians 3. It's not confirmed, obviously, but I think we're going to get an X-Men film at some point in Phase 4. We've got the X-Men back. The deal's completely gone through now. I think they're going to wait until New Mutants comes out, and then they're going to basically say, that universe is scrapped. It's done. I don't know if they'll leave the TV stuff running. I think Gifted does fairly well. Obviously, Fantastic Four is one of the hot films for this new phase. Everybody's excited about the Fox deal. I think everybody's excited to see the FF done right. Obviously, they're not going to bring back the previous franchise, the previous movie, because that movie's garbage. It's my least favorite movie of all time. I don't think anybody likes it. And it did really poorly, both critically and financially. I went to the biggest theater in this part of the country on opening night, and there was maybe 7 people, including me, at that movie, and everybody booed at the end. It was not good, but Fantastic Four is an important, integral part of the Marvel Universe. It's a corner of the Marvel Universe that has been mostly lacking throughout all these MCU films. You feel their influence, like the Skrulls and the Kree. All that stuff is Fantastic Four. Black Panther's a Fantastic Four character. So we've been seeing Fantastic Four influence, but not actually the FF themselves. And I think there's definitely a spot for the FF in the Marvel Cinematic Universe roster. And then obviously we're going to get Spider-Man 3, whatever that's called, something home. I hope not, though. I hope they shake up that stupid naming scheme and call it something else. And this might be going out on a limb a little bit, but I'm hoping to get a new Avengers movie. And so we've got the story of the Avengers. We've got all the way up from Avengers/Avengers Assemble, if you're in Europe, from 2012, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, and that is the sort of that is the story, that is the arc for those characters, that original cast. But in Marvel Comics, whenever an Avengers team retires, their place is usually taken by another form of the Avengers, and I'm hoping that we get the new Avengers with some influence from the Bendis run, which is excellent, and I think a lot of people love. So that team includes, Luke Cage, Spider-Woman, who turns out to be a Skrull, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, which is I don't he won't be in it, and yeah, that's like the main roster. So, but I don't think it's obviously not going to be the same in the movie. We might get to see a Wolverine, but I kind of doubt it. I have a list of characters that I think might show up in a new Avengers team. I think would be really cool. We've got Doctor Strange, we've got Black Panther, we've got Spider-Man, obviously. I'd be really upset if Spider-Man wasn't in a new Avengers movie.
My final pick, I'm gonna go with somebody with tons of experience. Somebody who's a real hero on the battlefield and someone I consider a close personal friend. Who also has spider powers. Spidey, get your butt over here.
What? Yes! Ha-ha! Woo! Well,
We've got Rescue, Pepper Potts, she might show up. We've got the Captain America, the new Captain America, he might show up. We've got White Wolf, which is to say Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. War Machine could show up. I'd love to see Professor Hulk, because I really love that character in Endgame. I'd love to see Professor Hulk in a new Avengers movie. And Ant-Man and Scarlet Witch might also make an appearance on that team. Ideally, I think I'd like to have Black Panther, Spider-Man, Captain America, Doctor Strange, and Professor Hulk. I think that'd be a really cool team. If you could get Wolverine in there, if it makes sense for his character at this point in the universe, I don't think it would, but maybe eventually work him in there. That would be really cool, because he's a really interesting component of the new Avengers comic. He's sort of the loose cannon of the team. He's willing to do stuff that the other members of the team aren't necessarily willing to do, and his sort of devil-may-care attitude adds an interesting dynamic to the team, for better or worse sometimes. But it's good material. So yeah, I think I've rambled long enough. I hope you like my Spider-Man costume. This is the Ben Reilly suit, and I'll be doing a video on it at some point when I make the new prop web shooters for it. I made a set, but they kind of fell apart, so I'm going to improve them structurally, and then I'll do a sort of review of this costume. Anyway, stay tuned, true believers. I'll talk to you guys later.